I did it. Guys, I did it. I pressed record. Everyone, it's been a while. A couple of years, I think, at this point. It's me, Nugi. Still playing PoE. And yeah, it's my first video. So, I've been very worried about making my first video again. And so, what better way of doing it than just one take and go before a league launch? Hey! Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. I want to start making videos again. And I want to do it in a way that doesn't cause me to get distracted too much. Meaning, elaborate build guides take half a day for me, and it's not really tenable for me at the moment. So it's gonna be, I think, more of a vlogging style we're gonna go with. So this is the first one. So today I want to talk about the league launch. We got a little build we're gonna roll. Got a few notes. So yeah, let's just start. My league launch build that I will go with will be a rebuild. And of course, I just clicked update because I'm an idiot and I removed my little custom reap setup. But essentially, we're gonna have a fizz dot build. The new nodes are really strong. Veteran Solar is insane, and there's just good pathing. We're gonna start with the Scion because we have this little setup here where we just go out and we grab this, and Scion actually has a good starting build from what I can see. So it's probably gonna be like level 12 Exsanguinate. Then we're gonna test like Exsanguinate, Reap, maybe 28, stuff like that. It's a Scion. Why is it a Scion? Because Scion has the Gladiator Bleed node, damage over time with high block. We combine it probably with Necromancer and Bone Offering. As you can see here, this is some in-game stats here. Pretty good. Damage is probably gonna be a couple million. We don't entirely know how it's gonna be. If we're just going Reap, we can push it to like 3 million total. But Reap is kind of awkward to maintain the dot. Then there's other setups that I'm considering, which is Cast and Channel Exsanguinate with the Corrupting Fever, which is the new Corrupting Blood thing that you need to maintain. And then if you're Cycloning, Channeling, and maintaining 3 stacks of Exsanguinate, which is a bit higher dot than Reap, that's an option. But essentially, what we have here is we have a new set of physical dot skills that nobody has really played before. Well, they haven't unless they've played Alpha, and I haven't. They scale with Fizz and spell damage, except for Corrupting Fever, that only scales with Fizz, global, physical dot damage. Basically, it scales the same way as Reap, just without spell damage. So I am considering whether or not it's better to go for like this spell damage here, and going this way, or maybe late game, if Corrupting Fever becomes the thing, setting up a secondary dot cluster. And if cast speed is not as important, then this area over here is less important. And then obviously end game, it becomes easier to fix ailment. So there's that. So yeah, we're gonna try and start with that. I'm gonna do daily updates on the build, so you know, you should come hang out when we league launch in a few hours, and then, you know, I'll keep updating you guys on the progress on the build. A few notes here that I found that are really cool. This Thread of Hope is insane. Damage, or what's it called? Aura Reservation. Lots of life nodes. The block node. The Vanquisher node. Right, really good Thread of Hope. You can even get Spiritual Aid. Very nice. So you can scale with minion damage. Unnatural Instinct here is insane with 30 AoE. And it also grabs the physical damage nodes here and the cast speed here. So really good, especially with self-cast. Replica Pure Talent, really good. If you have triple starting location, this becomes 1 regen, this becomes 30 damage, and this becomes 20 skill effectuation. A skill effectuation, which is also why I like this, plus this, and then this here, makes it a lot more comfortable. Less like worry whether or not your dot is gonna drop. So that'll be nice. Yeah. So that's that. That's my starter build. We are going Scion, which is a slightly slower start. Because, you know, it's Scion. It's not one of the other, like, ascendancies. Noteworthy ascendancies, I would say, is Jug, because it's tanky. And you want to stand close and keep dotting, because it's a short duration dot. So being tanky is nice with this skill. Gladiator and Champion. Gladiator for real big zoom. With the explodey stuff, if you can apply explodes, and then with some kind of trigger setup, right? And then they die to the dot. Because the explode stuff scales with the Sade nodes as your damage stuff. So that's good. But Exsanguinate and Reap. Devouring Fever. So there's an option there. These options here, where I think you go Duelist, are generally lower damage than Scion. I think Scion becomes the highest damage setup. Slayer is pretty high damage just because it's Slayer. And then Jock is tankier than these two in some cases, at least against Fizz and Dots. Yeah, I mean, Champion is always good against hits because Fortify is OP. Trickster I haven't looked much into, but I think there might be some low life variation, some hybrid with ES on top as well. Maybe MOM. I'm not entirely sure on the Trickster, but it's an option that people have considered. And then lastly, I would say Necromancer can also be used. But honestly, this is a skill where Cluster Duels can like pave the way, and then you fix like utility and defenses on the Ascendancy, and sometimes some damage. But yeah, kind of like up to what you want to do. It's not fully explored yet, but I will keep updating you as we go ahead. So that's my build. You know, we will explore, and we'll make it really good. So that's my league starter. A few things I wanted to talk about here in terms of league starting. Abyss. Well, this is in no order. Like, there's no order of strength here. It's just like what I just dawdled down just before I sat down making this video, because I just wanted to do it, but too much thought. These are some of the things I'm thinking about. Abyss, well-rolled jewels from Troves down in New Vestir could be insane, with new scarabs as well. So well-rolled from the amulets we had, from talismans. We all remember like how many T1 life rolls and such we got. So imagine how many of those kind of rolls, like how much higher rolls on average you're gonna get on the Abyss jewels. And they drop more with scarabs, and there's good nodes for them down in New Vestir. So that could be insane. The jewels also have higher, their affixes roll higher now. So they're stronger just even without the well roll. I would say Essence is insane this league. 2C for the mod. It gives you 2 extra essences, and I expect that's 2 like plots with essences, which can have more than 1 essence. You plot this in like Haywalk with the rolls there, and you're basically converting your chaos to essence. Oh well, like 1 chaos will give you I'm not, it says 2 essences, but I don't know if you get more. But it's at least 2 essences, right? I'm thinking more. And then the Screaming Essences now can also roll like chaos. You don't even need to scour anymore. I think this might be insane to just actually spam essences every time you run this zone. And it's just a net gain. Syndicate farming. I'll actually wait with that. We'll do that last. Unveils. Now, whenever you use unveils, they will permanently fix the mod that you choose onto the item without it being crafted. So it's like exalting, but you get to choose what you put on there. And unveils are as strong, I believe they're as strong as a 1 higher tier of the old crafted mods. So they're even stronger. So you're like guaranteed a strong mod. You're not guaranteed that you hit the one you want every time. So keep that in mind. You could break a really good item if you need to hit a specific prefix. So like making sure there's a way back, or that it's something that you can like, that you had like that exalting is not something that's going to break your item. So this will be insane. Temples can now be traded, because you can, once you're done setting up a temple, you can take it out as basically as a map that you can trade to people. That also means, even in SSF, if you create a corrupted temple and you don't have an item yet, you don't have to find something random and corrupt it. You just save it for later. And it's great. Also, you can better target farm rare items in there. And you can use... The rooms you target farm will also give a higher chance of the Roomba, the boss, to drop its equivalent vial and those rares. So you can like target farm the Roomba with creating a temple that then gives you the rare, the adjacent or the corresponding rares and vials with a higher chance. Corrupted Blight maps is worth mentioning because it drops a tainted oil, very worth mentioning. The tainted oil allows you to anoint corrupted items. Also very big. That also means that whenever you're syndicate farming, that you can do Jorgen on a really good base without having to use your triple gold first, and then you use triple gold with a taint if it hits. Perfect. Okay, what's left? Syndicate farming. So get good at syndicate farming, because farming on Veils for once, really good. There's a new T4 role if you do, okay, so before we didn't really want to run syndicate for Katarina because it just wasn't worthwhile. Now if you do Katarina, it upgrades the T3 masters to T4 and it gets a better you get better rewards, basically double in most cases. So it might be worth doing that. But there is like, oh, but maybe you want to run Ashling for on Veils in research and just spam that. That could also be a thing. And for learning all this, there's this guide here that I'll link to, which is improved. This is like 6 months ago, but look here. This is really good. I don't recall who made this. If it's this Xanthus guy, or if it is, he's a legend. But yeah, look here. It's just go through this, learn it. You'll learn about the triangle methods. You'll learn about how to get the dudes you want in there, how to arrange them, how to make most spawn all the time. Like how do you get as many syndicate members to spawn all the time? And even if you're not setting up the full setup, it's a good thing to know, even if you're like going to unlock Katarina, just so that you can min-max a little bit along the way, because you know that there's like a few tricks up your sleeve to make it a little faster, a little bit more efficient. So even if you're not doing the whole keep the 5-5-2 strategy, which is 5 transportation, 5 fortification, and then 2-2 in research intervention, and then you basically just create research intervention safe houses, that's this strategy. But even if it's not what you're doing, this is still worth understanding. Okay, so check this out. Beyond that, that's going to be more videos in the channel. They're probably going to be very fast in terms of, like, I'm not going to put too much effort into making sure, like, build guides have all the relevant information. I'll let you guys think a little bit on your own. I like doing that, you know, making everyone think a little bit. Come on Discord. I'll update my what's it called, some builds here, and put some relevant information. And if you're too lazy to do that, I'll try as much as I can, making sure the videos have that as well. So look into that. And with that, I hope everyone is going to have a wonderful Ultimatum League. I think this is going to be a really good one. Tons of good updates, a pretty cool league mechanic. I know I didn't talk too much about that, but there's so much information out there anyways, and I didn't want to, like... I'm not trying to explain everything right now. We can do that later. So with that, I'll see you guys, I don't know, today, tomorrow, through the league. I don't know. Come say hi. It's gonna be fun. Bye.